Time for a little MVP Monday, taking a look back at the weekend that was in the sport of racing with our top 3 performers. Touch upon a star, taking out the New Orleans Classic, taking down the champ.
How about this horse has never lost when leading for home, and really put it on display here. I mean, these are quality horses. Hall of Fame, who's sitting there in second, the Tabor Silks, he's on the come up. Your Breeders' Cup Classic winner's way back there. Sierra Leone, who starts to grab a hold of the ground, but way too late. He finishes third. And Touch Upon a Star, the Louisiana bred, arguably into the conversation of one of the best Louisiana breds of all time. I think his sire, Star Guitar, would probably be just that, but he's rivaling his pops in terms of accomplishments.
Hometown hero getting it done in the New Orleans Classic. Touch Upon a Star, enough to take out our 3rd spot in that 2-spar. Final Gambit flies up the lane to take home the Jeff Ruby.
And flying up the charts, this horse had a 64 buyer coming in, and how about a 90 in this race, coming from way off the steam. Certainly familiar connections, Juddmonte and Brad Cox, and they come steamrolling down the middle with Luan Machado. This was a very polished race. Flying Mohawk was second. Again, that's for Team Jason Worth and Dornick from last year, but Flying Gambit, this was coming forward in a big way to punch the ticket to the Derby.
Looking better and better with each stride. Well done to Final Gambit, all of the winning connections from one Kentucky Derby prep to the next, and it was Tiz-tastic with a terrific performance in the Louisiana Derby at the fairgrounds.
And he had been showing signs. He was kind of like that ball of clay that was waiting to be molded, and he finally molded into a proper graded stakes winner on the dirt. Horse had actually never won on the dirt. He had a couple of turf wins at Kentucky Downs last fall, and he'd been hardy. He'd been, second to Sovereignty, third to Speed King. He was in there butting heads. He had a bad wide post in the Rebel, but this was a perfect trip. Broke from the inside, competitive pace, no traffic. Joel Rosario, track was playing a little bit more to closers, and comes on home for the big win.
That's it, MVP Mondays. Let us know, sound off. Are we seeing it the same with that 3rd spot? Touch Upon a Star, taking down the champ in the New Orleans Classic in that 2-spot. Final Gambit flying for home in the Jeff Ruby, and Tiz-tastic taking off in the Louisiana Derby.